What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Build-A-Figure King Shark. The 4 figures you need to complete King Shark are Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Harley Quinn. Once you have all 4 figures, you can make your very own King Shark. So what we're going to do now is get King Shark off the stage, and then we'll have a better look at the figure. And so here we have the King Shark Build-A-Figure off the stage. Now, unfortunately, King Shark here doesn't come with any accessories. Unlike the gold label King Shark, he's just basically an amalgamation of accessories put together. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at King Shark. So having a look at King Shark, I do have to say that there's really nothing different from this figure aesthetically versus the gold label King Shark. You essentially have the same sculpt, but different paint apps, and I do mean slightly different paint apps. And you know what? I kind of like the paint apps on the Build-A-Figure more than I like it on the gold label series King Shark. I don't know, I just feel like the gradation on him looks better. If I could change one thing about this version, it would be the inside of the mouth, where the gold label King Shark had two-toned. We had the pink gums and the darker red mouth. His is just pink all the way around. I would have liked to see that different, but overall still like the look of it. I had no problems with the original King Shark. That was a really nice looking figure, and like I said, the paint applications on that one were good. This one I feel are a little bit better, especially the gradations from gray to white. Although it's not really white, it's like a really light gray, but under my lights it does look white. You can see how much the gradation looks better. And yeah, we do have some issues with the mold, but that comes with the territory. Every figure gets cut from the mold differently. Really do like the detailing on him. Like I said, it's basically the same thing, but instead of being one figure, you're basically buying 4 figures to put this guy together. And I do think that that has some advantages to it. Some of the parts stick together better. And if you recall my review of the gold label King Shark, I said his torso was really floppy. This guy is really solid for some reason. I don't know what it is, but this guy is built like a tank, and I feel like he's a little more durable than the gold label King Shark, so I really do like that. And even the inside of his arms is painted slightly better. Now, he does have the exact same issue with paint chipping, where you can see where it rubs up against itself. So when you move his arms right there, it starts to rub. On this side, it hasn't started to happen, and underneath his jaw, we have the same paint rub issue. So that isn't something that's exclusive to the gold label. It's happened to every King Shark figure so far. So do be aware of paint rub, whether you have this version or the gold label version. Now, the only other difference between this one and the gold label, the pants. This one has just a light blue shorts with a nice little dry brush wash, and it does look good. It's almost like a flannel type pants. It's not that spectacular. I think the gold label did it a little bit better, and if I could, I would take the pants off the gold label version and put it on this one, just because this guy feels sturdy. Like, you can see I'm waving him around and he's not flopping around. When I had the gold label King Shark in hand, he would flop all the way around, and I feel like this one is just built a little bit sturdier. Probably because this is a Build-A-Figure and the parts have to like hold together a little bit better. Or, you know, it's just a problem with mine, that mine was just made of loose joints. And then we do have his feet, which do look like fins. I do like his feet. Underneath we do have some really nice detail, and of course your legal jargon. So overall, there's really nothing different about this King Shark other than some slight paint apps. And if you had to choose one, I would say get this one, just because getting this King Shark, you get all the other Suicide Squad members, and it's not essential that you have the limbs. I think that's just a nice throw-in, but yeah, it's really up to you. Me personally, I think I like the gradation and the color scheme on this one better than the gold label King Shark. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get them compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have King Shark posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have King Shark posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have King Shark posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And so finally, here we do have the Build-A-Figure King Shark posed next to the gold label Mega Figure King Shark. So overall, not much has changed in terms of design of this character. It's the exact same figure. We still have the jaw that hinges up and down really nicely. And I think this one actually is secured a little bit better because I get better range out of this King Shark's mouth than the other one. But I think this one looks better when he's like has his mouth partially open, versus the other one that looks better with his mouth open completely, but we still have a ball joint at the head, and his seems a little more limited. I think the way the mold came out on this one, it does prevent the head from moving side to side properly, but we do get some head movement right there. Does look up, does look down, and just be careful moving his head down. Like I said, you will end up scratching the paint right here, so keep that in mind. And like I said, he does rotate. Arms are on just ball hinges that go out to the side. They go all the way around, no problem. No bicep swivel, but we do have an elbow joint, which does work fine. And I accidentally hit my camera. Elbow swivel does work fine, as well as the elbow hinge. We only get about 90 degrees. Then we do have a hinge in the wrist, which does go forward and back. That's kind of stiff on mine, but it does rotate all the way around. He does have a ball joint here at the waist, which does go back about that far. Comes forward only to about there. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Yeah, his doesn't seem as deep as the Mega Figure King Shark, so this one you're mainly going to get side-to-side swivel. Most of your articulation comes at the lower joints, and as you can see, it moves around nicely. It goes forward, back, side-to-side, rotate, and like I said, he actually seems a little more sturdy than the Mega Figure King Shark, so there is something there. And again, his pants do limit articulation, so going out, that's about as far as they go. Going forward, virtually non-existent. Going back, non-existent. We do have thigh swivel, which is something, I guess. He does have a knee joint, but again, the pants do limit that severely, so not moving those at all. Angle hinges go back and forward. We do have forward-facing pin for rocker ankle, and then we do have a toe hinge. So essentially, same articulation, same figure, but I think the color scheme on this guy works a little bit better, so I do like that. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get King Shark posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we do have the King Shark Build-A-Figure pose for my final thoughts, and overall, everything I said about the sculpt on this figure from the Mega Figure translates to this figure just as much. The sculpt on King Shark is phenomenal. Everything about the sculpt work on him works, from the gills, the deviations in his fins, the hands, everything on him looks good. The skin texture is crisp as you would expect it, but in terms of paint, I think this one has a far superior paint application, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I think the Mega Figure comes off as a dirty King Shark, where some of his, he looks a little bit dirtier. This one looks a little bit cleaner. Either way, they're both really solid figures, but if I had to choose one, the Build-A-Figure is probably my favorite version, just because he seems to function a little bit better. The Mega Figure version that I have is very loose in his torso, so that does make posing him a little bit of a hassle, and being a heavy figure, he topples over really easy. This one, I haven't had any problems with him toppling over, except when I accidentally knock him over. So overall, if you had to choose one, me personally, I would just choose the Build-A-Figure King Shark. That way you get King Shark plus the other 4 members of the Suicide Squad. If you just want a King Shark Build-A-Figure, no need to go track down his parts individually. You can always just get the Mega Figure. Either one is a solid figure, and like I said, if it was up to me, just get the Build-A-Figure, because you also get the other 4 figures with him. So King Shark here doesn't really have a solitary price on his own, but he will run you about $100 if you're collecting the set. That's collecting Polka Dot Man, Peacemaker, Bloodsport, and Harley Quinn. And then if you want to get the variants, that's going to be another $50. So yeah, I really don't see the purpose of getting those additional variants, especially because the paint on King Shark doesn't change that much from figure to figure, and I think this is a solid figure on its own. If you can get hold of King Shark in any way, shape, or form, and you're a fan of the Suicide Squad, I really recommend you do pick him up. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.